Hey YouTube, this is Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and this is the fourth time I'm making this video because it's a tough video. I'm having a little bit of trouble making this video without coming across super frustrated. So what we're talking about is the FDNY and the New York City vaccine mandate. So there are 11,000 FDNY members, not all of which are firefighters. 2,000 members of the FDNY out of that 11,000 are currently on medical leave. We're not sure, but we think most of those 2,000 FDNY members who are on medical leave are out because they're dodging the New York City vaccine mandate. We know for a fact more than half of them have at least not even had one dose of the vaccine. So there's this tension going on. The commissioner of the FDNY says no firehouses have closed. There's a U.S. House of Representative saying 26 firehouses have closed. From what I'm able to gather, they're both wrong, right? I think some firehouses have closed, although it could be an issue of semantics. They may be saying that no firehouses have closed because there's like one or two skeleton crew members there, or it's open for some part of the day. Like there's a lot of, they're playing games, it seems like, from what I'm understanding from some firefighters. So right at the jump, let me say, I've said it a million times, I believe the vaccine is safe. I believe the vaccine is effective. I believe you should want to take the vaccine against COVID, right? COVID is dangerous. It's more dangerous to certain groups than others. If you have comorbidities, it can be very dangerous. But we should probably all want the vaccine. I also understand why people are leery of the government messaging around COVID and around the vaccine. The main prophet of the vaccine here, Dr. Fauci, has been, caught lying repeatedly, sometimes to the public, sometimes under oath. He's not a very credible source at this point. And this vaccine was turned into a political football from the jump. People began calling it the Trump vaccine and said they'd never take it. Then all of a sudden, Biden's in power and there's mandates that everybody has to take it. And I don't care for either party. That was foolish. It was foolish to turn a vaccine into a football and have a fight over it. It's just a vaccine. It's just a vaccine, right? We didn't need to do that. That was dumb. It didn't help anyone win any elections, in my opinion. It's just very irresponsible. So here's where we're at. I think there's no question that the response times and the capabilities of the FDNY has degraded thanks to this, right? The FDNY offers paramedics. They offer firefighter services. This is a lot. And this is a city with big buildings. And when a big building catches on fire, you immediately have a risk for a lot of people to die. By the same token, when your response times to your paramedics are worsened, more people will die. So now you have city government creating a rule because it claims to want to save lives that is appearing like it's going to cost lives. Big issue. This is important. Before the rule, people whose lives were at risk were theoretically going to be the unvaccinated. So people who made a choice. If you personally make a choice, you don't want the vaccine, I believe that is your right. You do put yourself at greater risk, I believe, for COVID and consequences from COVID, including death. But the people at risk were the people making the choice. Now, the people at risk could be your grandma who got hit by a car and paramedics don't show up for 8 minutes because their response times are doubled. Well, she didn't really make a choice unless, I guess you could say, well, she jaywalked or something, but come on. It's not really the same thing. And so now, again, we have a law whose stated purpose was to save lives, and it's costing lives. I'm never going to feel bad about being viewed as biased for the employee. There's a lot of people who are biased for the employer. So, I'm pretty okay. But I will admit, definitely biased for the employee. Definitely want employees to have leverage. Definitely want them to have rights. Definitely want employees to have a say in their future. So, yeah, I do. Listen, I sympathize with these people who don't want to be told they have to get this vaccine. I disagree. I don't agree with them, but I sympathize with them. And now this policy is putting people's lives at risk. People who did not have the choice to get vaccinated or not vaccinated, because we're beyond that at this point. It's just random people who are experiencing fires or experiencing trauma or medical emergencies, right? Like these are bad things. And we're putting people at risk. De Blasio is putting people at risk. The commissioner of the FDNY is putting people at risk. They want to blame the firefighters. They want to blame the employees of the FDNY. You're the ones making the rules. You've always been the ones making the rules. If you make bad rules, people will die. You have made bad rules. Fix it. Come on. Like and subscribe. It helps me to help more people just like you. Comment down below. Perhaps you agree, perhaps you disagree. I am here for that conversation. Generally, people don't agree with me. That's okay. It's a conversation. I'm happy to have that conversation. I'm here for it. Stay safe, everybody.